What is up, guys? I'm your boy Nick with Pick MMA. In this video, we're going to be talking about your PFL 4 championships. We got a lot of good fights on this card. The matchmaker is Dan Hardy. I just found that out now as I'm reading this. So Dan Hardy is setting up all these fights on this card, and we low-key have some good fights on this card. I don't really agree with the main event. I don't really know why they have Nate Kelly versus Demetrious Solemius as a main event. I mean, this guy's 6-3, so I don't really agree with this main event. Maybe they're gonna change it up. Maybe the topology has it in the wrong order, but I'm pretty sure this is the main event as of right now. So I don't really agree with that. Let's talk about the first fight on the card. So we have Nate Kelly taking on Demetrious Solemius. And Nate Kelly, I mean, maybe they're trying to build up Nate Kelly. He's an okay striker. He throws really heavy shots on the feet. He's going to have the grappling upside in this fight too. Demetrious Solemius, he's competed in boxing before. He's got okay boxing. And he's got good power in his hands. He beat some guy named Hamzat Chimaev. I mean, some fake Hamzat Chimaev. Some long lost brother of Hamzat Chimaev. So I guess he's got a good win over some Hamzat guy. But he's coming off a loss, so I don't know why he's in the main event here of a PFL card. I don't really understand it. I guess they're trying to build up Nate Kelly. They're trying to feed him some lower level guys that Nate Kelly can beat, and I think he can beat this guy. He's heavily favored here, minus 450. I think this line is warranted. He's been beating these lower level guys. He's got some wins in Bellator too. He's got some okay wins in Bellator. He has lost before. He's lost to Polite Tylo, like early in his career back in 2018. He did get knocked out by Ivan Jider in his first fight in Cage Legacy Fighting Championship. But this is a fight that he should definitely win. I don't see him losing this fight. Solemius is not a high level guy at all. He's lost to lower level guys in the past, and I really don't understand why he's the main event. So we're gonna go with Nate Kelly. I think he can grind this out, and I think he can get a submission too on the ground. He's gonna have the much better grappling, much better understanding of positions on the ground, and on the feet he does leave himself open sometimes. So it can be a little bit worrying because he's doesn't really keeps his hands up where they're supposed to be. So he can leave himself open at times. But I don't think Dimitri has the level of striking to really crack him or anything like that. And he's gonna be there's no reach or height for Dimitri, so I don't really know how tall he is. But I think Nate Kelly's gonna get this done. So I got Nate Kelly by decision for now. He can get a submission too. It's a 5-round fight, so I'll say submission for Nate Kelly. In the co-main event, guys, we have France Malambo taking on Karov, and Karov's coming off that big win over Talib, where he was underdog. I mean, I doubted him there. I thought Ali Talib was gonna make it look easy and knock him out, and boy was I wrong, man. I mean, Mamba, I have some notes on him this fight. So that win over Ali, I mean, that's really put him in the spotlight of fans. People are really high on him now, and I'm high on him too, man. He's got good grappling, good striking. Against Talib, he looked really good, man. He has really good footwork, and he's moving in out of range pretty well. I mean, against a powerful guy like Talib, so I don't think he's gonna have any trouble against Malambo here. This guy's got okay striking, but he's barely beating these lower level guys. He went to split decision with Ben Cassie. I mean, 20-8 guy, barely beating these lower level guys. So I don't really see him beating Karov. Karov can take him down, time some takedowns, and there's not much of a size difference here. Karov is training at Extreme Couture, so he's training over there with Sean Strickland, some high-level guys over there, some UFC fighters over there, and it shows he's looking really good. So I'm gonna go Karov. I think he can get a knockout too. I think he can get a stoppage too, but most people are picking him by decision. But I think he can get a knockout, man. This is a 5-round fight, right? This is a 5-round fight for Bantamweight Championship, and I could see him getting a ground and pound TKO. I mean, Malambo, I think he's been knocked out before. He's been knocked out twice before, so he got knocked out in Bellator. He's fought okay, some good level of competition in Bellator, but no one that I'm really that's really jumping up here in his record. But I gotta go Karov. I think he's gonna get it done by TKO, ground and pound stoppage. It could be a submission too, but I'm gonna go Karov by TKO stoppage. Let's go to the next one, guys. Next up, we got John Mitchell taking on Jakub Kasuba, And John Mitchell hasn't really impressed me, man. Hasn't looked all that good. He's not even finishing these lower level guys. Couldn't finish Grayson. He beat this guy twice. He beat the same guy twice. I don't know why he really did that. Like why they matched him up with the same guy. I mean, beat Dariosi like twice. I mean, he beat him back in August, then he beat him in September. I don't really know what's going on. I guess he was supposed to take on Alexander Sizov, but that fight was cancelled unfortunately. What happened? Sizov missed weight, I guess. So Mitchell didn't want to take that fight because he missed weight. Understandable. So I guess they had Gayson step in and fight him. So he beat him twice. And not really impressive. Couldn't even finish him the second time even. So I don't know, man. I gotta go Jakub. This guy's looked good. He's coming off that win over Dylan Took, who we're gonna talk about. That win is aging pretty nice for him, and he's fighting out of Poland, training out of a pretty good gym. We're training out of a good gym. He's got a good skill set. He's got good grappling, good striking. He's got good footwork too. I think he's gonna get it done. He's undefeated. I think he's gonna be undefeated 11-0 this Friday. I gotta go Cocker. I think he's gonna get a decision. I don't see him finishing him. I think Mitchell is really tough. He has been submitted before. Maybe we can see Jakub finding a submission at some point. But I think it's gonna be maybe a decision. I think it's gonna be a decision. Mitchell is pretty tough and durable, and I think it's gonna be a decision. I think he's gonna grind him out for 5 rounds. But I could definitely see a submission for Kasuba, and most people are picking decision too. So I got decision. I got a bet on him. I think a -120. Not a bad line at all. I do think it's worth betting on Kasuba. He's a good fighter and he's making rapid improvements. And he's out of Poland. Poland fighters do really good. Next up, we got Dylan Took taking on Yajid Kochain, and I gotta take Yajid here. Let me look at the notes. I think Kochain gonna grind him out for 3 rounds. Dylan Took has really let me down. I think I picked him against Kasuba. I think I might have picked him against Kasuba. People were really high on him. I don't remember. Did I pick him against him? I gotta check later. But he's coming off that loss there to Jakub Kasuba, who we were just talking about, who I bet on in his fight. So it's been up and down. His loss to some lower level guys got submitted by Amato, who's 10-6. I mean, not really the best look there. I got knocked out by Sadiq Yusuf. So he's been in there with some good level of competition. He's had some amateur wins too. So it's not like he's some new guy to MMA or anything like that. But I think Yajid Kochain is going to get this done. I mean, he's looking better and better. He's been fighting in UAE Warriors. His only loss was to this guy that's in the UFC now, Muhammad Yahya. Remember, Muhammad Yahya fought against Trevor Peek, and Trevor Peek was their lock of the week that time, and Trevor Peek got it done 30-27. Let's freaking go with Trevor Peek. Trevor Peek is the GOAT. But I got to pick a Yajid here. I think he's gonna look okay here. He's only lost in his last 5 fights is to a UFC fighter. I mean, a guy that's in the UFC now. And even in that fight, I mean, he was doing pretty good. And I think it was a ground and pound TKO, if I remember correctly. It was a knockout, I guess, at UAE Warriors. But he's got a good record. He's fought some good level of competition, even outside PFL. And now he's picked up that win in his PFL debut over Henrique Madura, and looked pretty good over there. And he was an underdog there. So I think he's gonna get it done by I'll say decision, because Dylan Took is a tough cat, man. He got knocked out by Sadiq Yusuf, and Sadiq Yusuf is a tough cat. We picked up Barboza against Sadiq Yusuf, and Sadiq Yusuf also almost knocked out Barboza. So getting knocked out by Barboza is no shame, but I think Kochain is gonna get this done by decision. Let's go to the next one, guys. Next up, we got Dakota Tak taking on Valentina Scatizzi, and this is the layup fight for Dakota. I mean, she's -1600 on the money line, which is kind of crazy. I mean, what was the line for the guy that we're talking about? What was the line for Kochain? I mean, let me check the line. He's -120. I think I don't know if I would bet on Yajid, but I think he's gonna get it done. I might put a unit on him, -120. I like that line, to be honest. And he's gonna have the grappling upside. I like Yajid. I think he's worth betting on. But in this fight, I gotta go with Dakota here, but I'm not really looking to parlay her or anything. I'm minus 1600, and Valentina Scatizzi, I mean, she's got choked out by a negative record girl, and not really the best look there. And the PFL is doing a good job with Dakota. They're giving her these layup fights. She's fighting UAE Warriors too, and now in PFL she's got some really lower level competition. And she's got good striking. She's got powerful striking. She's got heavy hands, and I think she's gonna get a TKO, first round TKO for Dakota the Chiva. And she looked really good last time. I mean, that was an impressive performance. I think we picked her by knockout. I mean, that was a layup fight for her there, and I think she's gonna make it look pretty easy here. I mean, Cat Tizzy, I mean, she's been active, but hasn't really been fighting consistently. I think Dakota is way more invested. She just fought like a month ago too. I thought that was a long time ago, but that was only like a month ago too. So I gotta go Dakota here. I think she's gonna get a TKO on the feed. Let's go to the next one, guys. Next up, we got Jacob Nido taking on Simeon Powell. And people seem really high on Simon Powell, man. I'm not really that high on this guy. I picked him by knockout. I think first round knockout against Daniel Leduro. And at times, man, that was a competitive fight. That should not have been a competitive fight, to be honest. And I bet on Nido against Anthony Salomon. I think I bet on him. I had him in a parlay and he came through, made it look pretty damn easy. And I'm pretty impressed by him, man. Most people are picking Powell here, and I guess he's undefeated, but he hasn't really beat anyone that good. Couldn't even finish that last guy. He was a minus 1600 on the money line to beat Daniel Leduro, and Daniel Leduro was having some success too. But he's a big guy, man, 6'5" with an 85-inch reach, training out of a good gym, Great Britain top team. So I get why he's the favorite here. But I think Jacob, as long as he doesn't gas himself out, I think this is a 5-round fight, right? This is a 5-round fight. So as long as he doesn't get tired, as long as he doesn't give up takedowns, I think Jacob, he's got the power, man. He can knock anyone out, to be honest. He knocked out a guy with the jab, left jab. I mean, he's got power in his hands, and he knocked this guy Solomon out pretty badly. But Anthony Solomon, he was having some success with the takedowns. So if Simeon Powell comes into this fight with a grappling heavy game plan, or even just keeps this fight, stays at range and just leg kicks Jacob Nido, I could definitely see him winning by decision. But I haven't really seen enough from him. If you finish this guy, I probably would have picked him here. But if you can't finish a guy like Daniel Leduro, I can't really trust in you as a favorite to go finish Jacob Nido. Now that I say that, imagine he goes out there and finishes Jacob. But I gotta go Jacob here. I'm gonna go with underdog here. Jacob is plus 135 underdog, I think. Nido is plus 120. I think on Bet Online he's like a plus 150 underdog, plus 135 underdog on Bet Online. So if you guys want to bet on him, I think you can go on Bet Online. They got better lines. But I'm not really that impressed by Powell. If he gets a knockout here, I'll be sold on him. But for now, I'm gonna go with underdog here, Jacob Nido. But Powell does have the size advantage. He's gonna be the bigger guy. But Jacob is thicker. He's got the thicker frame at this weight class, and I think he's got more power in his hands. But I think Simeon Powell is gonna have the speed advantage, so I get why everyone's picking him here by knockout. But I'm gonna go Jacob Nido here. Let's go to the next one, guys. Next up, we got Lewis Mcgillin Evans versus Vasily Maya, and this is gonna be a really good fight, man. I'm really excited for this fight. This is gonna be a dog fight, 100%. Both of these guys like to stand and bang. And I'm gonna go Evans here. I think Evans can get this done. I have been impressed by him. I mean, he's looked really good. Knocked out Emirali with the left, straight left. I mean, knocked out this guy Kulukan. He's been fighting the bottom of the barrel, but he's looked really good. While this guy is coming off Cage Warriors, got 2 losses there. Not to the worst guys. Marti Gnoni, I can't fucking say this name, but lost to Rory Evans. Not a bad loss, but I just haven't really seen enough from him to pick him here. But I'm gonna go with Lewis Evans. I think this is gonna be a dog fight. I'm not really looking to bet on Evans at minus 350. I don't really agree with the lines. I think the lines should be a lot closer. But Evans looked really good, man. He's got power in his hands. He likes to stand and bang. He's got all of his wins by knockout, and I'm gonna pick him by knockout here. I think he can get a knockout here. In the amateurs, he got submitted once, but that was back in 2018. But since going pro, he's only looked better and better, and I think he's gonna get done by by knockout. I'll say Lewis Evans by knockout, but I'm not really looking to go run to the window to bet on him at minus 350 or parlay him or anything like that. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy this fight. Let's go to the next one, guys. Next up, we got Andreas Binder taking on Danios Scatizzi. And I'm gonna go with the Binder here. I think Binder's got good power in his hands. He's only looked better and better. He's fought on cage fight this promotion and fought in some lower level promotions. But if I'm being honest, he hasn't really beat anyone good. I think most people are probably picking him because he's got a good record. But I think I haven't really been impressed by Daniel Scatizzi. He's been fighting in Bellator, fought against Tokov, and Tokov couldn't really finish him, but Tokov I think took him down a couple of times, and then he's coming off a loss in Bellator. Now that PFL is merged with the Bellator, now all the Bellator fighters are going to be fighting PFL fighters. It's good for PFL, I mean, but I think Andreas is making good improvements, and I think he's looked better and better in every fight. He's got that coming off the knockout win over Aiden Lee. Not really someone that good, but I think this is the fight. This is a winnable fight for him, and he's underdog here. Binder is, let me see, where's the line for this fight? Binder is plus 140, and the comeback on Scatizzi minus 188. I get it why Scatizzi is the favorite here. He's gonna probably be he's fought the much better level of competition, but he hasn't really beat anyone that good. I mean, he's got some good wins in Bellator, but he's got that win over Gavin Hughes, which is a good looks, just a guillotine choke. So if he gets a submission here, it is what it is. But I think Andreas Binder can maybe touch his chin and knock him out maybe. But yeah, he's gonna be the much bigger guy here too. He's a younger guy, a couple of years, 3 years younger, taller too, training out of a good gym. But I'm gonna go Andreas Binder by knockout. Most people are picking Binder by decision. It could be a decision too, but I think if it goes to the decision, it's probably going to be Scatizzi getting it done. But I'm going to go Binder knockout. Next up, we got Brett Johns taking on David Tonatio Kroll. And I don't know why this fight is so low on the card. Brett Johns, a former UFC fighter. I don't know why the UFC let him go, or maybe he just left on his own accord. But he's had a good record in UFC. He had some wins over Tony Gravely, had a win over Montel Jackson. I mean, Montel Jackson has only looked better and better, and I think this is the only guy that's beat him in the last couple of fights except Ricky Simon. So that win over Montel Jackson is aging really well for him. Win over Tony Gravely. I mean, Tony Gravely is a good fighter, and he submitted him with the rear naked choke. His only loss to Danny Sabatello, who just fought Stoltz, and we picked Stoltz as an underdog there. So I get why. He's probably making more money in PFO, so that's probably why he left. But he did get kind of out-grappled by Danny Sabatello. Danny Sabatello's a good grappler, even though Danny Sabatello doesn't really do enough with the grappling. I mean, Stoltz has good sprawl, so I get why. But losing to Sabatello, no shame there. But he's done good. Knocked out Karov, who's fighting in the co-main event, I think, on this fight. And he's only looked better and better, man. Ground and pounded him. Got grinded out Jordan Vinsky. And I think he's going to grind him out. I think he can grind out David Kroll here. This guy, he's fought in Aries FC. Aries FC is a good promotion. He's got good grappling. But I think David Kroll, he's got okay striking too. But we've seen him get it outgrinded before. I think Brett Johns has the better wrestling here. Let me look at my notes here. Brett Johns. Yeah, Johns, former UFC fighter, has good wins over some highly skilled guys in the UFC. Kroll is an opportunist grappler. When fights go long, he usually loses. I think he's lost all of his fights when they go long. He's 1-6 when fights go long, and I don't see him submitting Brett Johns. I think Brett Johns is a really good parlay piece on this card, and I already have action on him. I have him parlayed with another fighter. So I think Brett Johns is a really good fighter, and I definitely don't see him losing to Kroll here. When Brett Johns, I don't know why his fight is so low on the card. This would be definitely a main card fight. Maybe the topology doesn't have it in order, but I think Brett Johns is going to get this on. He's one of my most confident picks on the card. I think that minus 450 line is warranted. I think he's done enough to prove that he should be a heavy favorite here. Crawl, he's making some improvements. He's a young guy in the game, 26 years old. But I think Brett Jones is going to get this done easy. 30-27 Brett Jones. Next up, we got Tom Breeze taking on Clayton Silva. And let me look at my notes here. Breeze been fighting at a light heavyweight. He's fought in middleweight. He's fought on a many weight, up and down. He's gone up and down in weight class. He's a big guy, man. He's 6'3" with a 73.5 inch reach. Training out of Team Renegades, BJJM, and Team Renegades is a good gym. Jai Herbert, the Black Country Banger, trains there. Tom Breeze trains there. A lot of good fighters in UK train there, and I'm picking him to win here. He's a minus 250 favorite. I guess it's warranted. Clayton Silva, what do I have on him? Clayton Silva. Did he fight Sean Strickland, or I think it was one of these guys fought Sean Strickland. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Tom Breeze that fought Sean Strickland early. I think Sean Strickland back in 2016, and he went to a split decision with the champion, the UFC, the active UFC middleweight champion right now. Went to split decision against him, and he was a favorite over Sean Strickland. He was undefeated at the time, and I'm picking Tom Breeze here. I think Breeze is gonna get a submission here. I'm very confident in this pick, and I think that minus 250 you can parlay him with Brett Jones. And he's fought in KSW too. He's got some good wins there. And I think he's going to get this done. And I think he's going to make it look pretty easy. Silva is a dangerous striker. He's got power in his hands. But I don't see him knocking out Breeze. And I don't see him grinding out Breeze. And I think Breeze is going to make it look easy. So I got Breeze submission. I think he's going to get that grappling going. And I think he's going to get a rear naked choke or something like that. He's got a lot of tools in his toolbox. He can go for a triangle choke. Go for a rear naked choke. And he's fought the much better level competition. It's not even close. Going to a split decision with Sean Strickland, I mean, you gotta give him a lot of credit there. And he's been in the game for a long time, training out of a really good gym. And most people are picking him by submission. It's warranted. I think he gets it done. So next up we got Kikaje Bondo taking on Dominic Wooding. And let me look at my notes here. I got Wooding TKO here. I think Wooding's gonna get this done. He's a heavy favorite. I'm not really looking to go throw him in parlays and anything like that, but I definitely see him winning this one. This guy hasn't fought in 3 years, hasn't been fighting. He hasn't really been taking his career serious. His wins aren't over anyone good. I mean, I think you can throw Wooding in a parlay. I mean, I don't see him losing this fight. He's coming off a loss at Cage Warriors to a 7-1 guy, Martignoni. And Martignoni is a good fighter, man. But before that, he was on a 3-fight win streak. Lost to Fabakary Dieta. Haven't really heard about him. But that was 3 years ago, a long time ago. And this is a very, very winnable fight for him. This guy hasn't really been taking this game serious. And he's much smaller, 5'5" with a 65-inch reach. Wooding's gonna have a 4-inch reach advantage. He's gonna have a big size advantage here, and everyone's picking Wooding by knockout, and I do see a first-round knockout for Wooding. I think you can throw him in a parlay. I think he's a safe parlay piece, and I got TKO for Dominic Wooding. Bondo, he's lost to Silent Nurdenbecky, who's a UFC fighter right now, so no shame there. But getting knocked up by Shen Yang 3 years ago, and he almost hasn't fought in 4 years, so I don't think his head's in the game anymore, and he's much smaller. He's gonna be outsized here. Wooding's gonna be much bigger, and I think the PFL is trying to get Dominic Wooding back on track here. So Dominic Wooding first round TKO is my pick, guys. Let's go to the next one, guys. Next up we got Connor Hughes versus Sebastian Santana Guides, and who am I picking here? I'm picking Hughes here. Yeah, I'm picking Connor Hughes here. And he's heavily favored. It's warranted. He lost the fight to Dylan Took, who's a good fighter, but he got kind of outgrinded there. But before that, he's got some good wins on the regionals. He made his PFL debut and things really didn't go his way. But they're really throwing him a bone here. They're throwing him a winnable fight here. A guy that's been finished by lower level guys. And I think he's going to get this done by submission. I have Hughes TKO. Okay, never mind, not submission. I got Hughes. I think he's going to get a TKO stoppage at some point. this guy Sebastian. He has been active. He's been fighting consistently. He's fought three times in the last year or so. So he's been training pretty consistently, I guess. But things really haven't gone his way. He's lost to some lower level guys. Got grounded and pounded by Ball in his PFL debut. And I think Connor Hughes is a good prospect, and I think they're trying to build him up here. He's gonna be 5'11" against a 6 feet guy, but he's training out of a much better gym, and I think they're gonna have a good game plan for him here. So I got Connor Hughes getting this done. I think he's gonna get it done by TKO. Next up, we got Nate Kelly taking on Callum Seaton. I gotta go with Nate Kelly here. I think he's gonna get it done. This is a layup fight for him. This guy hasn't beat anyone anyone good. His last got finished in every one of his losses, and I think Nate Kelly, even when he's losing, he's putting up a competitive fight. I'm not high on Nate Kelly. I'm not really looking to go bet him at these odds. -450, it's warranted. This guy's really bad, but he's only 22 years old, so you gotta think he's probably making some improvements. But Nate Kelly should not lose this fight. If he loses this fight, I'm pretty much done with him. But I got Nate Kelly. Let's put the picks in. I think I got the picks in, right? Do I already have the picks in? I think I have the picks in already. But yeah, those are the picks, guys. So in the main event, we have Nate Kelly by submission or decision. I think I got decision for Kelly, but I'm gonna go Nate Kelly submission. In the co-main event, we have Karov by decision. In the next fight, we have Jakub Kasuba by submission. In the next fight, we got Yajid Kochain by decision, or I think maybe a TKO, but I'm gonna say decision for Yajid. And then next up, we got Dakota Tak by TKO first round. Next up, I got the underdog Jacob Nido by TKO, but I could definitely see Simon Powell just staying at range and picking him apart and using his grappling, maybe going for takedowns. We've seen Jacob Nido get taken down by that guy that he knocked out last time. So it's not like he's this really good guy that can't get taken down and grinded out. But I'm going to pick the underdog here. I'm just not sold on Simeon Powell yet. But if he makes it look easy, if he finishes him, I'll be sold on him. But if he beats Jacob Nido here, this is going to be his best win in his career so far, I think. But I'm going to go with the underdog here. I'm not really sold on Simeon Powell yet. And the next up, I'm going to go with Evans here. I think he's going to get it done by knockout. The next up, I'm going to go with another underdog, Andreas Binder by TKO or decision. Maybe a decision. He can maybe grind it out in a 3-round fight. But Scat Tizzy, he's got the much better level of experience. He's fought the much better level of competition. So I get it why he's favored here. But I'm going to go Andreas Binder. Next up, we got Brett Johns. I think Brett Johns is going to make it look easy, and it's a really good parlay piece. I'm going to throw him in a parlay with Tom Breeze here. And the next up, we got Tom Breeze versus Clayton Silva, and Tom Breeze is going to make it look easy, and I got a Tom Breeze by submission. Next fight, I got Dominic Wooding by knockout, and I'm going to throw Dominic Wooding in a parlay too. Next up, we got Connor Hughes versus Santana Guedes, and Connor Hughes is going to get this done, and I think he's going to get it done by submission. Next up, we got Nate Kelly versus Callum Seaton, and Nate Kelly should definitely get this done. If he loses this, I'm never picking him again, but I'm not really looking to parlay him or anything. I don't really trust him that much, but he should definitely win. So those are the picks, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Let's do a parlay here. So we're going to throw Karov. I think he's a good parlay piece. Throw Karov in here, and throw Wooding in here. I think Dominic Wooding is going to get this done, and throw where's Brett Johns? Brett Johns, yeah. So my plus 102, pretty chalky parlay, but I think it comes through. Throw Tom Breeze in here. I think Tom Breeze is a good play in here. Plus 183. I like this parlay a lot. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I like this parlay a lot. It was 4-leg parlay. Kursed Kakrov, Dominic Wooding, Brett Johns, Tom Breeze, plus 183. I like that parlay a lot, guys. Let me know what you guys think. But let me see. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you guys can. Oh, there you guys can see it now. But let me. Okay, there you go. So let's do this again. So the bets that I have so far, this is the parlay that I'm probably more likely gonna play right now. But the parlay that I'm super confident in, I think I have a straight money line bet on Karov. I think I got it at minus 240 on Bet Online, minus 230. I think you can get a better line on Bet Online than Betway. But yeah, I have a bet on Karov. I got him at minus 240, minus 230, I think. And then throw Wooding in here. I think Wooding's they're giving Wooding a layup here. Maybe let's do a long shot parlay, guys. So let's do a long shot parlay. So we're gonna start with Wooding in here. Brett Jones should definitely win. I think he's gonna get it done. And then another who else am I confident in? Dakota she's minus 1400. I mean, that's crazy. But she should definitely win. But it's not really gonna do anything putting her in a parlay. But Binder, that's a little bit risky call. Andreas Binder. I don't know if I want to put him in a parlay, but Connor Hughes, Dylan Took, Yajid. I like this one. Throw Yajid Kochain in there. I think you can get it done. And then this one, throw Jacob Kasuba in there. This is the long shot parlay that we're gonna play, guys. I like this long shot parlay a lot. I think this comes through for us. Plus 386. I'm gonna throw like half a unit on this. I think this is a good parlay for this card. Maybe also throw Nate Kelly in there. They're really just giving him a layup here, but he's a kind of a risk at minus 450 in my opinion, because he does leave himself open when he throws those hooks. Throw this one, my plus 420 for this 5-leg parlay. Let me know what you guys think down below, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I gotta go upload this now, and it's gonna take a long time because this is a long video now, and it's gonna take a while to upload this video on YouTube, and it's like a 30-minute long, so not too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. I wanted to do a PFL card predictions video because I know some of you guys watch these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like down below on your way out, guys. I appreciate you guys watching the content. I appreciate the support from you guys, and let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it rolling. Let's make some money. We had a really good day yesterday at the Fury FC card. We absolutely killed it at the Fury FC card. I had a really bad betting card at the UFC Austin card. My lock of the week came through, but I bet on like some really bad fighters there. I think I bet on Reese and Soriano, which is a really bad bet, and lost some money there. But I made it all back yesterday at Fury FC. So I made like overall in profit over the weekend. I think I made like $70, which isn't bad at all. I'll take the win over losses. But that Fury FC saved me. I mean, that saved me like from like 13 units from losses. So I hope you guys were watching my stream yesterday. We called some big time underdogs on Fury FC card, and I'm looking to. I hope the underdogs on this card for me come through. So far my underdog picks are. This is a closely lined fight. Jakub Kasuba, he's a minus 120 call. My underdog picks are Jacob Nido, plus 135, I think, on Bet Online. And the other underdog is Andreas Binder. He's like plus 120. What is he? I think Andreas Binder is the bigger underdog, right? I think Andreas Binder is plus 140 on Betway. I think he's a good parlay. Not a parlay piece. I think he's a good straight money line play if you guys want to play these underdogs. But there it is, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and I gotta upload this now. Don't forget to hit the like down below if you guys enjoy these breakdowns, and if you guys want me to go live do a live stream for this card, leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. And I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for watching the content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Best of luck on all your bets, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.